I want to make a quick video because last night I posted another Paz video, and it's the one where she has an argument with her brother about this character who's been stalking her. It took me ages to edit. Like, I'm really tired. You might be able to. I mean, I always look tired because of kids, but like last night it was because I was up till 1:30 editing this video because I was determined to post it last night. I tried to post it last week. I tried to post it over the weekend. I just it was a real nightmare to edit because. Partly because it's two people, so this one's always harder. Cheryl and Guy are both really good, so there's loads. I had half an hour of footage, with loads of stuff to choose from. What was difficult about it was, ideally I wanted to do it in one take, and then on the day I kind of backed away from that because it was all a bit. That was the day when we were filming in my friend's flat, and it was all a bit last minute, and I didn't feel like. I think I only told about it like the day before, so I didn't feel like I could say, right, we're going to do this in one take. Then we did sort of manage to do like 3 complete takes, and but none of them were sort of perfect. There was bits wrong with, like, there was really good stuff in all of them, but also stuff that didn't quite work, so I ended up chopping it up. I think it's better for it, so it's sort of shorter, it's sort of and snappier and things, and I managed to use the best bits from but yeah, that took a long time to work out. The other difficulty was that because the stuff that really worked was where they were ad-libbing and improvising stuff. That always works when there's 2 people, and because it's supposed to be sort of real, that stuff always works better. It doesn't work with the written stuff, so obviously because it was scripted, they'd go in and out of the script, and particularly at the end, like Paz has this huge rant at the end, it just sort of felt really false. Not because Cheryl did it badly, but because compared to the rest of the take, the rest of the performance, it felt really written. So I sort of cut that right. I sort of shortened it right down to like two lines rather than the sort of paragraph that it was. And I cut Jack's last line, which wasn't in the script, but something we came up with in the day, that it was Guy's idea, that maybe he would sort of call out Pigman at the end. Again, it just felt too fake. Now this is ironic in a way, because this was the one where I was definitely sure that it was going to be obvious that it was fake. There's wanting people to understand that it's a series, and to kind of, I'm sort of keen on kind of divorcing myself from the it pretending to be real now, and getting on with the story. But at the same time, I have to be true to the tone and the sort of the style we've set up, which is as naturalistic as possible. So it didn't feel right to just kind of go all out, oh now it's a script. So that's why I kind of edited it the way I did. The response so far, it's been weird. I mean, I posted it so late. Normally I do a lot more kind of promotion and sharing the link and stuff, and because it was so late, I just posted it and sort of was like, let's see what happens. It's had like 100 views and about 10 comments and a few comments on Twitter, and Paz has had a few messages on Twitter as well, mostly from people who are very concerned, which is in some ways good, that it's still sort of that convincing. But I'm like, really? Well, but part of me as well doesn't know if I'm kind of being kind of pranked, I suppose, because I know there are definitely some people who are playing along with it, but now I kind of look at some of the comments and go, is that someone playing along with it, or is that someone who's genuinely concerned? Clearly something bigger needs to happen. I mean, from here it is all kind of story. I mean, the one next week I think is the last sort of non-story one next week, and probably not be next week, but the next one is the kind of the sort of, it's about filmmaking and stuff, and then but there is a kind of plot point at the end, and then after that the rest of them we filmed are all kind of story led, and I'd say it's going to be obvious, but I always think that. Also, it's early days, like we've only had a few comments. I mean, and a few people have said, oh, I think this is a story, and those people like seem to be happy with that. Like, I think that's a cool thing, which is what I want. I want people to go, oh wow, you mean this whole thing was a story. The other thing I wanted to talk about quickly, because I've got to go back to work, is Marina Joyce. So Marina Joyce is a YouTuber. Put Marina Joyce into Google, you'll have a lot of news sites will come up that'll explain it way better than I can. Basically, she's quite a successful YouTuber, got 600,000 subscribers, I think. She posted a video a couple of weeks ago that was like her sort of trying on dresses. It was a sponsored video. If I'm honest, it's not very good. Not that I watch loads of sort of sponsored women trying on dresses videos, but like it's a bit rough around the edges as a sort of YouTube video. Because it was a bit rough around the edges, her sort of audience took it to mean that something was seriously wrong, and like started to read all these things into it, like seriously, that like weird things, like that she'd been kidnapped, that she was being forced to do it. I mean, it reached ridiculous proportions. Like the police went around to her house because so many people raised concerns. The police went around to her house and sent a tweet saying she's fine, we've been around to her house, she's fine. And people tweeted back to the police saying, are you sure? Because I don't believe it, watching that video there's definitely something wrong. I mean, it's like people wanted there to be more of a story. And now there are theories that that the whole thing is fake, that she's a sort of Lonely Girl 15 type character or a Paz type character. And I find it kind of unbelievable. I mean, the thing is, I understand that she's sort of much more popular than Paz. You know, we've got 2,000 subscribers. There's a huge difference between 2,000 and 600,000. But that all it took was for her to do a slightly off video, and suddenly everyone thinks she's being sort of kidnapped, and that maybe it's a story, and that like all this stuff. Meanwhile, I'm sort of doing like, you know, filming shadowy figures outside the door, and like I have a video where a brother says, look, this guy's following me, and still we're sort of not we're sort of haven't got that kind of response yet. Which is good, I suppose. I don't know how I feel about it, but anyway, we'll see what happens. Please check out the latest video. Please do feel free to play along with it. That's not that I don't want that to happen. I think it's better. Like, my plan for this was always that the audience would kind of interact with Paz, and I think, as I said in the last video, that was the kind of vision for it, that you would be able to tweet Paz and talk to her and stuff. So please do that, and yeah, and I'll see you next time. Bye.